Hi, it's Erica. I am here for professional development today. I was asked to talk about student engagement with social media and how I have engaged students both in the classroom and online with social media. So I do want to tell you, I am not by any means an expert. Things that I will talk about are things that I've done, as well as things that I plan to do that I'm planning for online instruction, as well as things that I have given to some of my students that really love this, and they are designing things that I will give out to students so that they have complete ownership of that. And I've done that because I'm not an expert and they are. And so something that I really believe in as a teacher is that we meet students where they are and we walk alongside them. And that's with social media too. I know that our hope is that they are spending time with family and engaging with their instruction online. But the reality is, for some of the day, if not a lot of it, a lot of our kids are on social media, just like they are in some of our classes sometimes. We do our best to engage them with content and with things that we need them to do, but we're not there with them. So one way that we can engage them as best as we can is to meet them where they are with social media. That's kind of the stance that I'm taking with this. So to teach them content as well as to engage them socially with social media, I think is really important during this time. Sorry to be kind of frank about it, but I know that a lot of our students, that's kind of where they are. A lot of them are the parent at the home right now. A lot of them are working. A lot of them are diligently going through all of their schoolwork every single day, minute by minute. Some of them are helping their peers. Some of them are on social media all day. So we've got kids all over the place. But most of them know social media better than we do. So this is a big learning tool that we can all continue to learn about. I know about social media through students, but mainly through students. I don't know where I was going with that, but mainly through students. So this is something a lot of you know about this probably. This is SAMR. I learned this from a grad school class, and it's just kind of stuck with me for a long time. Whenever I do anything with technology or online, am I doing it just to substitute something from pen and paper? Am I working with augmentation as it's a direct substitute, but with a little extra spice and dazzle? Is it a modification where they can have some redesign with things? Or am I completely recreating the content of what I want to teach and allowing students to recreate that in their own way? So think about those things when you're using tools for social media, especially, Twitter. Are we just doing a summary for a substitution, or are we allowing them to use, Canva, a poster app, to totally redefine something in a picture form? What do these things look like? These are some tools that I really use quite a bit in the classroom and things that I will be using. Like, I'm not going to lie, TikTok, just downloaded it last night. I have no idea how to use it. Students convinced me through a meeting the other day that I have to download TikTok. So I'm learning all about it. I use Instagram a lot, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. Facebook, I use more as a tool for myself to gain resources as a teacher. And then Giphy is a great place to make memes. YouTube, I use a lot in the classroom just because I teach theater. I can model an example as much as I can, but I'm only one person. So to really showcase a lot of things, I go to YouTube to show them visually what I'm looking for. Pinterest, I use a lot for design boards for my stagecraft classes. Twitter, I use a lot for communication for thespians, as well as a lot of Twitter conversations in the professional development world. So that's kind of an overview, a lot of the main social media tools that I use. Some of them are for me, some of them are for students. Okay, Facebook. I want to really encourage you, if you haven't already, find a Facebook group specific to your teaching content. I am in about 4 theater teaching groups specifically related to online teaching during the COVID-19 pandemic, which is incredible. I'm getting resources that I have never gotten before, not when I was in college, not for grad school, not from other teachers. It's incredible. I mean, people are just throwing resources and curriculum at you for free, or, hey, we tried this, it was awful, try this instead. We're just stealing from each other and helping each other all over the place. So find for you for social media, because if you need to be engaged in order to help engage your students. So engage yourself in a collaboration Facebook group. If you haven't already, try and find one for what's going on right now. Flipped lessons, like I said, some things that I'm having students do, I'm either modeling it off of other teachers, or I'm just straight stealing the lessons that they've posted. And a lot of these lessons are from professionals in the theater industry, which is incredible. They've posted YouTube videos. Patrick Stewart, he's doing a sonnet performance a day. I don't have to teach this. He's teaching it for me, which is incredible. And then a lot of current and updated information is being posted daily. Because I'm in the arts world, again, I know this isn't specific to your content. I'm just telling you what I've been using in hopes that maybe it can translate into your content as well. But for us, the arts are so important right now. I'm not getting on a soapbox and advocating, but a lot of people aren't able to work right now. So they are using social media as a platform to get information out to everyone through the arts. A lot of actors are using this as an opportunity to share the good news of what's happening right now. I know that through YouTube for social media. John Krasinski, he's doing the Good News Network right now. If you haven't watched that, where every week he is finding good news all over the United States and the world and sending it out there for people through YouTube. And I use that as a discussion question this week of what good news are you seeing? And it was super engaging for kids. So that's just one way. And I found it on Facebook. Instagram. Okay. So this is kind of the nitty gritty of the social media platform that I'm using for students right now, because we're able to make a lot of templates. And I have to say this, and I should have said this earlier. Sorry, I kind of got on a tangent. Social media is different for every student because some students are able to be on social media and some aren't. It can become a really steep rabbit hole very quickly, especially if students aren't using online etiquette for what they need to be a good digital citizen. A lot of kids don't even know what that means. They don't really have a filter, or they think something might be appropriate and it is not appropriate for them in terms of age or school appropriateness at all. So it's really important for me as a teacher that I kind of modify a lot of things, even though I want them to use social media. And Instagram provides that opportunity because there are a lot of templates already made where you can still use Instagram as a social media platform, but you can use it in the classroom. Something that we're doing right now for the Thespians, and a student brought this to me and I gave it back to the students of, if you want to do this, I want you to create this. I will give you the content, but you know the content already. So we use the story feature or the feed a lot. It's the little circle up in the left-hand corner. It's quick, it's fast, it holds their attention very quickly, but we've been doing some challenges that the students created, and the students are creating them. And they're super fun. So some things, this is one that a student created, PCHS Theater Favorites, super simple, a way to engage one another. When they fill it out, they tag 2 friends and those 2 friends fill it out and they tag 2 friends, and it just kind of continues from there. And they use the hashtag to string everything together so that I can see what content is going out there. Some other ways that I've used this in the classroom, we've done an Instagram character biography before where they had to follow these instructions based on the content that we had already taught for given and imaginary circumstances. And then they created their own post based on this character for 7 days. If they were a character, what would they post using a hashtag that's related to the theme of what's going on in that scene, and moving through their character analysis that way. We also did this with Radium Girls. They did a lot of history research for radium and the 1920s and the history behind that in the industry, and then they used it for character work. Some other things, tag someone who inspires you, things like that. You can group these based on content things. You can do whatever you want with them for content-based things. But what's great about it is that it connects students, and they're used to doing these because they do them all of the time just for fun, for different topics. I'm going to try and squeeze through these. This or that is really fun too. And I've used these in class as well. I've printed them out even on pieces of paper and used them as a formative check at the end of a class. So you could even do that through your discussion section in Google Classroom if you would like. You can create one of these, post it, have students write in the discussion section, or I think it's like a question that you can use as a discussion just to kind of check where they are. Memes and GIFs. These are so fun and they are hilarious. If you've never used them before, please use them. They're corny and they're incredible. So I use these in class a lot to demonstrate understanding, and kids love to make them. Giphy is a great website. This is another one. This math meme challenge. There was a class, I can't remember where, but this is a YouTube video that made their teacher challenge them for every lesson that they created. I think this is how it went. She challenged them after every lesson. Your kind of formative check is go create a meme based on what you just learned. And they're awesome. So you could do that in your content too. These are things that I have done through Instagram. I should have put this before the meme. I'm sorry. We've used this. So Instagram also, because of the arts kind of being shut down all over, they're putting free things online. Theaters that charge hundreds of dollars for tickets, teachers and instructors that charge hundreds of $1,000s for master classes, they are giving them for free. So I have been spending a lot of time at home watching these things to preview them for students, and then I'm giving them to students. I'm doing this in the way of choice boards, but I'm also just giving it to them just to engage them more. This is through social media. I've checked them out first to make sure that they're okay, and then I send them to them. This is great content for them that is in the real world. That's what they're craving right now. They want to be connected to the real world in so many ways. Social media is the way to do that, and they're engaging with their peers and with professionals in a content that they're interested in. So I would see if you can follow. These are places that I follow right now. The Globe, the National Theater, they're sending a lot of stuff, Off-Broadway, Playbill, and they do challenges too, which are really fun. And that's totally where I stole the idea as well. But also like the National Portrait Gallery. I've used them before where students can create writing prompts of, hey, let's look at the National Portrait Gallery. Everybody get out your phone, find Instagram, follow them. Go through and find a picture. That's your writing prompt based on this situation. Ready, set, go. And then they might do a power write for that. Sometimes I will have students pair up and they find a picture either through Instagram or Pinterest, and they create the writing prompt, and then they pass it to the next person and they create the writing prompt, and then they continue that story on. Those are just fun exercises that I've done in class too. Royal Opera House, yeah, just all sorts of things. But what's great is that people are opening up their doors right now through social media in the professional world in many different content areas and giving free things. There are tours happening. There are performances happening all over. There are, I saw a really cool science experiment happening. It was some bio lab. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it, but it was really cool to watch. They're just opening doors to give education to the people, which is awesome. And they're doing it through social media. So long story short about everything, ways to engage. Webinars. We're doing a choice board for webinars, and I'm really excited about it. Here are just some memes. I'll post this on here. I don't want to talk for the whole 15 minutes. Use your own social media. Create a teacher page with your name, not your personal one. And that way you are able to follow professionals if you haven't already. Give those to your students. Spend some time educating yourself about what's out there. And think about ways that you can use that SAMR at the beginning. I wish I had more time to explain that more, to connect and enhance your teaching that you would do in the classroom, of how you can engage it using either social media templates or sending them to the direct place to go and get this information so that they can continue to teach themselves with your guidance walking alongside them.